August 14th. Notes an experiment designated X. Experimental subject, myself, James Xavier.
X, the most fantastic experiment you have ever taken part in, presents Ray Milland in his most challenging role since his Academy Award-winning Lost Weekend. X, the man with the X-ray eyes.
Are you all right? It's like a splitting of the world. More light than I've ever seen. Filled with light.
X, the man with the X-ray eyes, tries to help the most desperate in our society and enjoys all the delights of secretly studying sexology.
Headache?
No, it's just my eyes.
A doctor with the power to see what others cannot believe. He can overcome the unknown, save lives, and invade the glamour gambling casinos of Las Vegas and defy the goddess of chance.
Don't draw. Don't draw. Next card's a face card.
Harry, you better go for the sheriff right now. What's up your sleeve?
Well, good morning, everybody. I'm your horrible host, Graham Nolan, and you are here for the 31 Days of Monsters, day 20. We just saw the trailer for our homework assignment, which was X, the Man with the X-Ray Eyes, starring Ray Milland. 1963, it's a Roger Corman film that he directed and produced. And I have to wonder, given that the year that this thing came out, which is the same year the X-Men came out from Marvel Comics, and I wonder, since both those guys, Marvel, or Stan and Jack, were very influenced by popular culture and movies around them, was this if this was a direct influence on the X-Men? I mean, let's face it, the guy's name is Dr. Xavier. Okay, he's got X in the title, and he wears these glasses that look like Cyclops' visor. So I wonder how much, I've never seen anything written about that, but just like I absolutely contend that the Incredible Hulk's origin came from the Amazing Colossal Man. There's a sequence in there that looks like it was storyboarded from the Hulk #1, where a guy runs out onto the testing grounds and he sees the explosion and his clothes are blown off and everything. I have no doubt that was an influence on the sequence where Bruce Banner gets turned into the Hulk. So I wonder if that's the same here. So this is a really good thriller, considering, it's a Roger Corman cheapie. But there wasn't a call for a lot of effects or money for this thing. It was some exteriors were soundstage stuff. Interiors certainly were. Not a lot of special effects, but it's very effective. It's a nice little thriller about a guy, this doctor, who is trying to see beyond the spectrum. What's out there that we can't see? We can only see like 10% with our eyes, and there's like 90% more out there. So he creates this serum and he puts in his eyes, and it helps him see beyond. First, it gives him X-ray vision, but then beyond that, he's starting to see sort of like different dimensions, I guess. And it has a really cool and funky ending too, which I won't blow, just in case you didn't do your homework. Ray Milland is obviously Academy Award winner and a director as well. He directed some stuff in the 50s and early 60s. There was one, I can't remember the name of the movie. It was an apocalyptic, The Last Day or something like that. Apocalyptic movie about a family in an RV after the bomb has gone off and they're trying to survive. It's quite good. And Ray Milland, of course, won the Oscar for The Lost Weekend, and I like how they bring that up in the trailer. his best performance since The Lost Weekend, trying to equate, it's pure hyperbole that Roger Corman, of course, is trying to tap into. But Ray Milland's a great actor. If you've never seen The Big Clock, talk about a great thriller. It was the inspiration for the Kevin Costner film No Way Out, starring Ray Milland. Elsa Lanchester's in it, and oh my God, the guy who played Captain Bligh, Charles Lawton. It really gives a great and creepy performance. George McCready is in it as well. It's a really great thriller. I suggest you look it up, The Big Clock. So I hope everybody had fun last night. We stayed up a little bit later and we did Last Man on Earth, and I had a great time watching it with everybody, and it seemed like it was popular enough that we'll do it again. So I'm going to be maybe next Wednesday. We'll do another one and find a cool and interesting horror / monster movie that's in the public domain that we can watch. Some suggestions have come in, and we'll take a look at those. Big Raj, hey man, thank you for that $1.99 Canadian super chat. Much appreciated, sir. Good to see you up this morning. Dr. Mask is here. Rob Fellows. Pluck it out at the end of the movie. Yeah, the contact lenses that Ray Milland wears towards the end of the movie, there's two different versions, and they're both really creepy. One is like almost like a cat's eye pupil type of thing with yellow around it. Looks really cool. And then at the very end, it's like completely dead black, like a doll's eyes, shark-like. It looks really cool. It's a good cast in this too. We have a little Star Trek connection, of course, because John Hoyt is in it, who was the doctor in the original Star Trek pilot before he was replaced. Well, he was replaced twice, I guess, really. Where are we here? Oh, Hyper Kaiju is here. Yeah, good morning. Cigar Gangster says good morning. Leg Kick 1. Fearless Freep. Ellie Munoz says hails. Chris Juliano. The Normie Nerd. Daniel Russell. Neon Todd Studio. I'm not sure how to pronounce this one. Aviator. Ah, there we go. And now I see you have your headphones and microphone on there. Aviator. That's cool. Aviator Surge. Thank you. Daniel says, I thought I would check in before having to go to work. Oh, okay, great. It's a great way to start your morning, isn't it? Aviator 8 did not do his homework. That's okay. I wasn't sure I was going to get it in after, watching a movie last night, but I tend to wake up around between 5 and 6. So I had time to watch it this morning. Yeah, the ladies do seem to like him here. I was checking his age. He was born in 1907. So when this movie was made in 63, he was really only, 56? 56? He sure looked older than that to me. Hell, I'm 60. I think I look better than that. Oh, Chris missed out on the watch party. Bummer. That was a lot of fun. And that was a good movie. You know, sometimes on these things like in television, the movies stink, you know, and that's sort of the fun too, is ragging on them. But this one was a good one. JP Roca agrees the big clock is great. Felix Freep says, when I saw this on TV as a teenager, I thought of other ways of using the X-ray vision, if you knew what I mean. I thought the same way about X-ray specs you could buy out of comics. Well, Dr. Xavier does, get a little peek in the dance sequence. You know, there's a funny scene in there I was noticing when Xavier is talking to the girl doctor. I can't remember her name now. And this med student or other doctor, younger guy, comes up and he says, "Hey, I want to cut in here and do some dancing with her." And so she goes off, and you can see the two of them walking this way off camera, right? And they're starting to do that 60s thing as they're dancing. And then before they're off screen, they just stop and continue walking off camera. And then the next cut is a shot of the dance floor, and they're out there, doing their thing. It's like, they're supposed to like maybe dance their way off set, and you can catch them just walking. Boy, that was some dance. Awesome. After watching The Last Man on Earth, I was going through some of Vincent Price's movie, Dr. Goldfoot and the Bikini Machine. Thoughts? Yeah, those bikini movies, surf movies, I find a really hard chew. Their characters are really over the top. There's Buster Keaton is in one. Vincent Price. It's like they get these guys. I don't know if they're desperate for money or what the deal is, but not good. Dan Genovese is back. Good morning, Mr. Nolan in chat. Gringot 12. This was on heavy rotation when I was a child in the 60s. I think WGN showed it over and over. Used to get WGN. That's out of Chicago, isn't it? I think when I was in Florida, we used to get that. You thought I offends thee, pluck it out. Yeah, the minister in that film was John Durkees. Great character actor. I believe he started his career as a numbers guy, that he was an accountant. And if I'm not mistaken, I think he worked for the federal government at one time and then got into acting. Big, tall guy. Best remembered for, at least by me, for The Thing from Another World. He plays one of the doctors at the station there. And also in Shane. He's one of the bad guys. Marcus Kellegrew is here. Good morning. Rob Brown says good morning. Rob mentions that both Last Man on Earth and this end up in religious settings. Yeah. Allegedly. Oh, Rob Brown enjoyed the watch party last night. Excellent. Another Vincent Price movie, Master of the World. Yeah. Yeah, oh yeah. So I was right. GN is Chicago. First superstation. because I'm pretty sure we were getting it in Florida on early cable. All right. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in this morning for day 20. Tomorrow, we are going with the Terminator, and we'll be back tomorrow morning to watch the Terminator together. Or you will watch it tonight because it'll be your homework. Get out if you want to live and watch the Terminator. So that'll be a fun one. That's a really good Arnold and James Cameron film. So let's regroup, and we'll see you then. Until then, you guys have a great morning, and bye-bye.